Hi, this is Anka Oren, and this is sort of an interesting new experiment for me in channeling. I am going to be channeling the Galactic Council for you today, or at least that is what I am attempting to do. Um, as I have said in some of my previous videos, I do work as a medium, and that's something that I've practiced more. But I have been interested in doing more channeling. I've done it a little bit, and I have been asking. I've been sort of putting it out there to the universe, and it was kind of like, oh, I need a teacher, I need da da da. And then, you know, the universe always responds to our asking. So, um, it just happened. It literally just happened, and one day, not that long ago, really. It was only a few weeks ago that this particular instance started happening. I was meditating, and I work with different crystals and different tools while I'm doing my meditations and my practices. And I just was instructed. I was like, put the moldavite on your head. So I did. I put this piece of moldavite on my head, which I'm going to do tonight. And I just all of a sudden, like, really deeply, and I was informed that I was channeling the Galactic Council. And I don't really know a whole lot about the Galactic Council or their particular agendas. Like, I've heard different things, and I know a little bit, um, but I always am skeptical of the information I hear on the internet, because you never know what's true. And I think there's so many different timelines and so many different perspectives. It's like you have to go with what resonates for you. So I'm going to say that right now too. Whatever comes through me tonight, if it resonates for you, great. If not, leave it. But they told me specifically that the reason that they chose me for this particular assignment is that I am a relatively clear channel, because I know a little bit, but I don't have too many conceptual ideas about what they're doing. So I don't know what they're going to want to say. I just know that they specifically told me this time and day, or this day, that they wanted me to record a video of channeling with them. So I'm going to do that now, and hopefully this will reach whoever it's supposed to reach. And yeah, just stepping into trust here. So we of the Galactic Council, we welcome you. We are here to make some statements to the people and the beings of your planet Earth in your three-dimensional reality at this time. We understand that you are undergoing a period of much turmoil and much strife. At least that is what the media outlets that attempt to control the mass consciousness of your planet would have most of you believe. However, we want you to understand that these are only shadows. These are only illusions of what is actually going on beneath the surface. We are happy to announce to you that things are underway that will begin to ensure the upliftment of your planet in ways that most of your human understandings, most of your current state of consciousnesses have not even got the ability yet to conjecture upon or imagine or conceptualize. We understand that many of you are afraid at this time, but many of you are also very excited because you are aware of the shift. You are aware of the shift in consciousness that is occurring right now, and you are hopeful that things will begin to shift in a way that is bringing peace, bringing more harmony, bringing more unity, bringing more oneness to your world. And that, my friends, our dear friends, is why we are now choosing to come through to you. We have so much to share with you, with the minds and the hearts of those here who are open to it, because we know that there are many of you now, finally, at this time, at this moment in your Earth timeline history, who are open to being able to understand and connect with the possibility, the fact, in fact, that we are out here, that there are millions of other species who are looking down upon you, interested in your evolution, very excited, very happy that you are getting ready to be open to the knowledge that we are here, that we exist, and we can connect with one another in a loving and open way, and that there is nothing, in fact, for any of you to fear from what is out there. We know that many of your species has been afraid of the darkness and afraid that contact from other worlds may perhaps be violent, hostile, wanting to overtake you in some way. We know that you have had an undercurrent of fear that has been perpetuated by your media outlets, your movies, War of the Worlds, many, many, many films that have existed in this way. We do not mean to laugh at you, dear humanity. We love you very much. We love your process, and we so appreciate that this is the way that your collective consciousness works out what it fears. For in the working out of what you fear through your artistic expressions and what you share with your mass collective medias, we understand that this is a way for you to have a catharsis, to let go of that experience so that you do not have to actually have that experience in real time, in real experience, so that you get to imagine it and thusly let it go. But we do encourage you in that fashion to use it in that way and not to hold on to the pain and the fear that many of those forms of media can often engender. We do feel the pain of your planet. We feel it acutely, which is why we do not come down readily and introduce ourselves in person. We know that this could be dangerous on a number of levels for those who are not psychologically prepared in your species, and would also be damaging to us and the potential relationship that we hope to create and forge and nurture and grow with your planet and your species. We are, of course, as you may know, some of you may know, we are, of course, in communications with other species and other beings of your planet, whom we have very loving and close connection, but whom are beings that most of those of your species do not recognize as such. And of that we are speaking of the whales, the cetaceans, the dolphins. We have a very loving, very close connection with them, and they have been doing very important work on your planet to ensure her safety, to ensure the waters. And we know that these beings have faced extreme hardships and dangers in this process. For your oceans are not a healthy and safe place to be in many respects now, though many of us up here, many of us down there have been doing the work to mitigate the damages. We only can do what we can do, however. And in the end, what you do with your planet to your planet is entirely up to you. We encourage you as an individual who is watching this, because that is most likely how this will be received. Perhaps you will watch it in groups, but we most likely understand that individuals will be watching this. It is up to you to cultivate your own loving consciousness and your own loving awareness of the unity that we all are, in order for us to be able to come together, all of those of your own species, where you still have some degree of divisions. We know that you are coming together more and more rapidly, closer and closer, understanding one another, working through the differences. And we want you to continue this important work, but we want you to know that from the inside, that is where you do the work to transform your own reality and the planet. So whatever outer actions you may take, those must be rooted in an awareness of unity, consciousness, in an awareness of peace within yourself, of your connection to all that is, to source, whatever word you particularly choose to put upon it. We know that if everyone in your species cultivated that connection and that awareness, if you knew the love, the absolute, beautiful, glorious love that is available to you at all times, we would cease to see the strife on your planet that exists in a moment, in a heartbeat. We have, many of us, not all, on our planets have seen this in our worlds. We exist in many different forms here in the Council. We exist in physical forms from physical planets. We exist from other interdimensional realms. We exist as collective consciousnesses who participate as well. And this is why we meet in this internal space, which is why we do not necessarily send a physical representative to your planet at this time. However, we may choose to do that in the future. We choose you as our physical representations, as our channels at this time, because that is the way that these words will be most effectively communicated and understood by your people. We use the brain of the channel of this person, this being who has so willingly given up her body to speak these words. All the channels, all the people who are doing this work now that we have chosen, that other beings have chosen, other beings of light have chosen to assist them to bring messages of peace, hope, abundance, prosperity, love, unity, all of these things that your wonderful channels are doing the work to translate for us, for those of us who are coming through from other planes of reality, of other dimensions, of other universes. This is why your brains, as third-dimensional beings, are tuned to many more dimensions, to many more realities and possibilities than you are aware. As you know, you have this saying, you only use 10% of your brains. It is not exactly true. However, you are learning to use more of these capacities to be receivers. The brain is not the generator of the information. The brain is a radio transmitter and receiver that translates energies of consciousness into words, feelings, thoughts that can be understood by those of your species, which is why we use you to be our messengers, for we could not do that so readily if we were to come to you in our bodies. Many of us do not have the capacity to even produce a language, to produce the sounds, as you call them, to be able to convey our messages to you in a way that you would understand, or at all. Many of us simply do not have that capacity. We communicate through energy, through waves, through vibration, through sound, through telepathy, as you call it. We do not communicate with words as you know them. We want you to be aware that while you may be feeling many apprehensions about where your planet is going and about where your own heart and mind is going, we know that you will choose the right path for you yourself, and we know that you will choose to welcome us if your collective consciousness decides that that is what it wants. And that for you, the individual, means that you must choose for yourself, that you must do your own soul searching and your own investigative inquiry into what it is that you want, into what it is that you want for your planet. What kind of lives do you want to manifest? For as many of us have told you, we are in a unique time. This is a unique experiment, and why many of us are choosing to intervene or simply be watchers at this time. Many planets who awaken choose to ascend into other levels of reality, other levels of awareness. Many of them choose to no longer live in physical bodies, although many of us have and do. It is in a very different capacity than that which exists on your planet, bound by the ideas of space, time, gravity, functionality, and physical limitation that you have chosen for yourselves to experience at this time. This has not been done before. We hope your grand experiment will be successful. We know that you have tried this in various permutations throughout your grand history, a history most beings on your planet are not aware of. We are very, very excited to begin sharing with you the greater intricacies of that history, much of which is already available to you. It is all in the Akashic records for you to explore. And many beings on your planet now are doing the work to help all of you to understand and interpret that information. So it is for now. We feel it is time to sign off. And we are so very glad to be arriving. If you choose it, we will be arriving in more concrete and tangible ways. But dear human beings, beings of light and heart and earth, dear beings of Terra, we ask you to understand the role of your free will and of your choosing in this time. And we know that you will choose correctly. We know that you will choose what is right for you. But it is your choice. You choose love. You choose limitation. And you can choose both and get to experience all of it, which we think would be a very unique and wonderful experience to choose. Thank you. Thank you for listening. We have such great appreciation and deep gratitude for being able to observe your journey. And we are very much looking forward to what will come next. We bless you with all that we have, and we want you to know that our resources will be available to you always. Always, they have been. We just want you now to know that it is possible. All you must do is ask and choose. We love you very much. Signing off. Takes me a minute to come back after that. But it's me again. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful message. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. But take what resonates for you. Leave whatever is left behind. I am still new at this. I don't claim to be perfect, but I am doing my best to just get out of the way and let the energy and the feelings be translated into words and come through my body and they do. And I'm still coming back. But I'm so grateful and appreciative to all of you. And I hope that this enlivens and inspires your journey in some way. It feels somehow very exciting and comforting for me. So many blessings, and I will see you next time. Namaste.